Ahoy! How's it going?
Ahoy, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. We're back for our annual Christmas video where we talk about nonsense and wear stupid hats. It's all good.
And RCs as well.
And RCs. And drink rum. Well, what was it last year? Whiskey. No, eggnog. It was eggnog last year.
Eggnog.
This year we've got some rum and coke because we're sensible.
Ala Mike, he's supplying.
So this year we were going to previously we were always talking about our recommended first RCs and what was our favourite
budget ones.
Our favourite ever RCs, and what else did we talk about? Oh yeah, our ideal, if we had three, what would they be? This year we were going to talk about RC related Christmases. What RCs we got for Christmas that were just fantastic on the day and we had a great day unboxing them or unwrapping them. And that sort of thing.
And other stuff like not related RCs that
our
favourite sort of Christmas present we had over the years.
Bear's crying. So yes, Christmas RCs and Christmas not RCs. Should we start with RCs first?
Start with RCs.
Do you want to go first?
I've got a really hard choice because me as an individual, I really like all my RCs and I get sort of fixated on them. But in terms of enjoyment and use, I've got a lot of use in my ruckus, but I technically didn't get that for my
I
Christmas.
thought you bought your ruckus yourself.
Yeah, but I think it was at Christmas time.
That's the count.
But
what did you get for Christmas that stands out?
It stands out. So my Blitz would be the big one because we got that at the time. It was massive when we first got it.
I couldn't believe the size of them. Yeah, we thought they were just 1/10 and the same size as any other truckie, but oofed.
Yeah.
Short constructs are huge.
Yeah, they were brilliant and they were tough as nails.
When he says they, I got the XXX SET at the same time.
Yes.
Because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Rachel and I bought you the Blitz, and you and Jackie bought me the XXX SET. Yeah.
So yeah, and there was a wee prank here and there with that.
Yeah, they were good though.
Yeah,
they were good. That was good. That was a few years ago now. What, 4 or 5 years ago maybe?
Yeah, it's been a long time. The only thing I've ever had to fix on mine was a spur gear. What have you done, Mike?
Have you not broken more than that?
Nope.
I'm sure you have.
Just a spur gear.
I'm sure you have.
Spur gear.
Come on, you
nope,
have.
Spur
No,
gear.
Yeah. I've had to fix a few things on mine. I got gravel in the gearbox when I was running on a sort of blaze surface.
You also melted your spur gear on a go-kart track.
Did I? Oh well, yes. One of us melted, the other one stripped. I couldn't remember which was which.
Mine stripped, yours melted.
Well, melting's the way to go. Basically what happened is we had our slipper clutches set for off-road, and then we went on a go-kart track and it had loads of grip, and it just melted the spurs. Yeah. Or stripped the spur in your case.
Stripped the spur on mine. Yours must have been slipping then to build up that much heat to melt it. Whereas I don't think mine was slipping, that's why it stripped.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I had slip set because I don't know. Too much slip would make sense. And then all of a sudden, the tyres had grip, so the slip was coming from the spur.
Yes.
I would imagine. Anyway, so that was that.
Yeah. So that would be my choice.
I also bought you a lunchbox for Christmas, you ungrateful git.
No, that's what, but you also bought me a Blitz, so come on,
that's true.
You're picking between two of,
You do like the lunchbox though.
I do like the lunchbox. To be honest, I like all my RCs, and most of them have been at Christmas time.
It's true.
But most of them are broken.
But your favourite one was at Christmas time. You bought the TC3 off me.
Yes, of course. There's no undenying that TCD is my favourite of all.
I'm just checking the time because Matthew's phone cuts out after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're using the phone because my camera doesn't work in the semi-light very well.
My phone camera is actually really good.
It compensates for it. Yeah, mine doesn't. So, for me, my very first RC ever was at Christmas time, the Tamiya TL01, which was the Alfa Romeo 155 body shell.
Have you still got a body shell for that? No.
No, I bought a new TL01 with the same body shell for nostalgia reasons a couple of years ago.
Right.
But no, I sold that years ago.
The white shell.
The white one, yeah. I remember thinking I totally scored at Christmas time. Bear in mind I was a young boy and I didn't know that in the box. I knew you had to build the RC yourself, but I thought everything came with it. I thought the battery, the chargers, radio gear, everything came with it. Yeah. Sorry about that. But obviously it doesn't. So I came down at Christmas Day as a young boy, thought I'd scored. There's a massive pile of presents. I was like, oh yeah. One of them had tools for my RC car, like the spanners, the wheel nut spanner and stuff. Other ones had batteries. Other ones had the charger.
To be fair, Merv had it sussed.
He did have it sussed,
He's
yeah.
got it sussed.
The other one had what I called the controller. I was like, I thought this was all included. So actually, I didn't score. I had an RC car and basically nothing else. It was still a bit of a score, but when you saw a pile this size and it was on, yeah, there we are.
But you had an RC car and all the gubbins to maintain it.
Yeah, I didn't know that though as a kid. I also got a lunchbox for Christmas. I asked for a lunchbox for Christmas, but my dad literally mounted a lunchbox to an RC chassis and gave me that for Christmas. An actual lunchbox. I had a Mars bar, some fruit, and a cheese and pickle sandwich inside it.
Yeah, you should have seen his face. It was epic.
I was a bit confused, yeah. But I also got the Triple X SCT, as Matthew mentioned, so that was a good Christmas. I got the same year as the lunchbox, so that was a good Christmas.
It was a very good Christmas.
Very good Christmas, yeah. So what about non-RC related presents? What stands out for you for Christmas?
Well, I'm a massive fan of Christmas, so anything Christmas.
You're the guy that comes down at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
now.
I have alarms set, so I'm up first thing. So I have like my routine for Christmas is up early morning and spend it here, and then early morning to mum and dad's, and then sort of afternoonish at your mum and dad's.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, my favourite sort of Christmas was mum and dad got me this Champ motorcycle. But it was just a 55cc twist and go sort of thing.
A dirt bike type thing.
Yeah, a dirt bike scrambler sort of thing.
Aye.
And so yeah, that would be mine.
Magic.
And but yeah, so I actually got that, and my dad tried to trick me with it because he said you need to go into the kitchen to get me a cup of tea or something like that, and I walked right by it. I was so excited to get back in the living room that I walked right by the bike.
Blind to a motorcycle.
Yeah,
That's mad. How old were you?
Oh, probably about 8 or 9.
So I was so excited to go back in the living room to get open his presents, he didn't notice a motorcycle. Yeah. That's pretty excited.
Yeah.
Or blind.
I'm not excited. I was wired.
Blind.
Excited. What about yourself?
Well, why don't we pause it here and cut and start again? For me, okay, so growing up, my dad made me a few different railway sets.
Yeah.
Double O gauge railway sets over the years. I've had probably 3 or 4, I think. Probably 3 over my lifetime.
Your favourite one's sort of Thomas the Tank Engine.
I never had a Thomas the Tank Engine actually. But yeah, maybe 3 or 4. Anyway, I don't know. But usually they came at Christmas time, so my dad would build a new set. And he was always very good at it. So getting a train set's obviously very exciting as a young boy. So they were always great. I also was a very keen cyclist. I love my mountain bike. I did get a couple of mountain bikes for Christmas. But one that does stand out was my very first games console, because mum and dad were always against getting me a games console as a kid because they were sort of time consuming and, you know, kids get fixated on it and addicted to it and stuff. I eventually got a Nintendo 64. I believe, I think it was the year after it came out, in 1997, because it came out in 96. It was either 97 or 98 when I got the console, but I've got a funny feeling it was 97. But I know I had GoldenEye and Mario Kart with it. And obviously, GoldenEye redefined first-person shooters, just blew everything else into the weeds. And Mario Kart was obviously a classic as well, so the N64 was really special to me as well.
You still have a little shot of it now and again.
But that's not the same N64 actually. That's the one I have now is my second N64.
Right.
I sold my first N64 to fund a Sega Dreamcast because I saw the Dreamcast and loved it. And then I charged the guy so much money, with the spare money I charged for it, I bought the Dreamcast and bought another N64.
Absolute crook.
So, yeah, the N64 was awesome for me, yeah, definitely. Right, I think next we were going to talk about, in this coming year, if money allowed, what other RCs would we maybe move on to? Obviously, as an RC channel, we went off topic, but it's Christmas time, we get to talk about Christmas. But before that, every year we always go, Matthew, what RC would you recommend to a beginner? And we always go into it in detail. But we won't go into it in detail. However, Matthew, what RC would you recommend for a beginner?
TC3. Or no. To a beginner, so sort of all-rounder, I would recommend still the Ruckus.
Yeah, the Ruckus. Okay, so moving on. Talking about RCs that we would like to get hold of, if money allowed, this coming year, and I'm not talking about if money allowed, oh I want a Lossy 5 at £1,200. No, I'm talking about something that's realistic. If we had to spare a couple of £100 or whatever, something that we might feasibly get this year. I'm really keen on the look of the Tamiya CC01 cross-country platform. I know the CC02 is out now, but the CC02 is a standard crawler with solid axles front and rear, and the market is just awash with solid axle crawlers now, utterly awash with them. There's dozens upon dozens of them to pick from, and let's be honest, you're not going to pick a CC02 over an Axial SEX10 for performance, or a Vetera Ascender, or even a Charisma Coyote. It's not going to compare. It's just because it's a Tamiya and you like Tamiyas, and I also really like Tamiyas. But the CC01 is special to me. I really like it. It's got loads of personality.
You've been wanting it for a while.
A long time, yeah.
You've actually bought parts for it.
I bought wheels to fit one about 5 years ago and never had the money to buy one. So, but it's fine because they're actually the wrong size of wheels. So no, it doesn't really matter. I always wanted the Unimog, but of late I've been more into sort of vintage pickups. So I'm thinking the Landfrieder, the pickup sort of, I don't know if is it American style? I don't know if it's American style, but sort of 80s style pickup.
Yeah, like sort of boxy and
with the spot lamps.
Yeah, spot lamps and stuff.
But not on the grill, but spot lamps on that roll bar.
And just a cab with open back.
Awesome. Yeah, I think CC01 Landfrieder, maybe working LEDs. I'm not sure. I don't like going down that route with RC with like LEDs and.
I think there's a balance though, because I think if you have just the spot lamps, like a traditional looking, truck, I think that goes well.
It can do well, but sometimes you go, oh, I've got spot lamps, maybe I just need the sound module, or maybe I'll want.
I think there's, that I think that would be finding the balance, because you can't go with an old truck like that with an LED bar. I think you have to have
I think you're right.
lamps.
Yeah, I think you're right. The LED bar wouldn't look right on that style of truck, but spot lamps would. Yeah, maybe you're right. But yeah, I'm thinking that would be for me, because another thing with the CC01 platform is, as standard, being a Tamiya, it's a bit dated. It's actually from 1993, I think, that chassis. It's a very low chassis.
Best year in the world.
No, 87 was the best year in the world. 87.
No.
Whitesnake, amazing album. Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
Appetite for Destruction.
Let me just settle all disputes here. I was born in 93.
Yeah, but
End of discussion.
Appetite for Destruction.
Enough said.
Whitesnake. Anyway, so the 190 was out when I was born.
You're still out when I was born.
No, but no, wasn't it? It stopped production 92. No, it didn't. Damn it, it stopped production 93.
Yep.
Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, CC01 platform. It is flawed being a Tamiya, especially an older Tamiya. You got to get bearings and
It's more. It might be flawed, but it's the enjoyment of the process of a typical Tamiya. You build it, you take pride in your build, and you get to drive it. You get to
upgrade it.
Upgrade it, and obviously as time goes on, fix it.
Yeah. So the thing about the CC01 though, the amount of upgrade hop-up optional parts is massive. You can make it completely unique with all different alloy bits, with all different hop-up bits, and that's awesome. That's the best thing about Tamiyas, is the fact that you don't need to have it as Tamiya intended, because you can literally go nuts with upgrades. Other models, like the ECX for example, there are some upgrades, but you're limited. With the Tamiya, you can just go nuts. And even if you're the same budget, two of them will be completely different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually looking for that. That's what I would be looking at.
I'm actually undecided on this. I mean, there's just too much sort of choice and stuff that I want. I quite fancied like a sort of traditional looking bow, that I could do something like that. Something I actually wanted to sort of build myself, not from scratch. Obviously, get a platform and put my own look on it. But I also quite fancied just another sort of scalar sort of cross-country thing like the Charisma Coyote, but at the same time you're talking about budget and enjoyment and the process of it. I would actually say the same. The CC01,
it is cool. But then obviously,
but you get different. You can it might be two of the same cars or trucks, but you can put your own make on it, your own style, like different bodies and stuff.
Well,
like
it's amazing because you got loads of bodies for it, and they're all vastly different price for some reason. I don't know why that is, but Tamiya. But yeah, no, I quite fancy a CC01. I think it'd be. I've always wanted one, and it has character. That's the thing about it. It can't crawl like a real crawler. It can't there's nothing it really does better than anything else. It's not as good on road as an on road. It's not as good off road as a crawler. It's not as it's kind of like in a no man's land between.
But it's more that you can sort of dabble in it a little bit. And you can get the satisfaction if you manage to do it.
You know what it's almost like? It's almost like a class 1, like an RC 4-wheel drive. It's not, but the capability is slightly, because an RC 4-wheel is so realistic, it's not as capable as a class 2. Well, obviously, they now make a class 2, but that's not the point. The CCO one's a bit like that, but it just has so much personality.
Yeah. And obviously, the more you upgrade it and add better hop-ups and stuff like that, the more capable it will become.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best thing about it.
That's part of the challenge as well, and the enjoyment of the process of building it and trial and error.
And also, finally, I did intend to buy a Schumacher Atom CC to go racing. Last year, never happened. Didn't have the spare funds because I think it was about £500 or £600 all in to build the race car.
Wow.
Just couldn't. And I'm really sorry, guys. I did say I would, and I started a thing called what was it called? Racer Diaries, and I wanted to do it, but it just didn't happen. I didn't have the funds. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to still try and get it done. I do have a body shell custom painted for a Schumacher Atom. Just don't have anything else.
Do you know what you could do? You could do a mashup between the CC01 wheels you bought that don't fit and this body shell you've got lying around for nothing.
Just make the world's worst
just have
RC
some
car.
sort of Frankenstein mobile.
Yeah, no thanks. I am intending on going back racing because I do miss the competition side of it, but I can't just blow money I don't have, so shut up there. So yes, that will come if I can afford it. I am looking at changing career, hopefully get a salary, hopefully get more standard income, and then we never know. Well, maybe that will come, maybe it won't. Hopefully. What about you? Have you got any plans coming up? Apart from fixing your broken fleet?
Pretty much fixing the fleet, getting some enjoyment out of them again. It's been a very busy year for me, going self-employed and stuff, so not had a chance to appreciate all my RCs, or fix them.
Or build them.
Or finish building them, yeah. But we'll get to that, we'll get there. Next year will be a good year for us.
Hopefully.
It will be.
Right guys, that's it for us. Thank you very much for watching, and make sure you have a fantastic Christmas
And New Year.
Enjoy time with your family and friends, and we wish you all the best.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. We'll be back as soon as possible. I don't know when it'll be, but we are going to try and get another episode of building the G601 chassis.
Getting built this year.
Yeah, you reckon?
We'll get them.
You reckon we'll get them built before 2020?
Yeah, we've got some time off now.
He says we'll get them built before 2020. Watch this space.
Challenge accepted.
Take care guys, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye bye.